Very quick unboxing. This time it's for the NOFAN CR-80EH fanless CPU cooler. This is linked to the couple of videos I've done about the other NOFAN fanless cooler that they used to make but they no longer make. This is the only one they currently manufacture. They do cases, but they've slimmed down their product line quite significantly. So if you want a completely fanless solution, this is pretty much the only one you can get that doesn't have any fan at all, and is advertised as such. So let's have a look at this particular one. Basically it's 300 grams of copper with a bit of plastic and a bit of aluminium, and it I think they want you to use it with their case because they do a range of cases. It supports 115X CPUs, so that's i5 and i3, and FM2, so it's got a series, feed on 2, Athlon 2, Sempron, so it doesn't do well. If you've got TDP, which stands for thermal design power rating, of more than 80 watts, then this isn't recommended. But anything less than that, it's fine. The box is actually quite nice. I like how they have this sort of raised bit to sort of exaggerate how big it is, although it is quite big. It's not as big as the previous one, but it is quite big. So this one is fairly distinctive in that it says you can use the 16 times VGA slots. That obviously varies between motherboards, so you might not be able to. The RAM height can also be an issue as well, and this is something new. They didn't have them on the previous ones. The case must have a top vent in order for convection to cool. The other coolers they didn't actually specify that, so they've just clarified the issue. So anyway, let's unbox it and have a look. Cut the seal here, and just open it up. So that's the actual fan itself. It comes in a little plastic house. Well, that's not going to fall off accidentally. Pretty substantial bit of plastic. Here's the actual heatsink itself. They put in a little desiccant thing there to get rid of moisture. So there it is. You've got a plastic sheet covering the bottom, and it's got this dual layer of heat pipes, and there's a little tap there. That's probably where they filled it, which I think it's got. It doesn't rattle, so I don't know really. But anyway, so there it is. It's only 300 grams. It's not as heavy as the other one. The other one was actually massive. So we'll put that to one side and see what else we get in the box. There's a little bit of cardboard here, and that's that emptied. And inside there's nothing else in there. We get a common component bag. I know it's called that because it's labelled that, and inside that we have a manual, contents, there it is in English, how you mount the retention clips depending on what socket you've got, then basic instructions about how to fit it on, and then it does that for AMD CPUs as well. And then it does it in different languages. And then this is the little bag of bits. So there's a couple of clips there. There's 4 clips here, a lot of fiddly little clips. So presumably one's for AMD, one's for Intel. And there's a little thing of thermal paste. little screws and nuts and bolts. They're all loose, so they're very looseable, so we'll just arrange them by sort of type. So I'm guessing that's to put the clips on, and that's to mount it to the motherboard. There's screws for the underneath, and then there's little washers for the top. So I'm guessing you have to screw it on from underneath, which could be interesting. But anyway, so that's what you get with it. So your bare minimum of stuff. Yeah, so any questions about that, stick them in the comments. That's my phone giving me a message. I do these videos in one take, so we won't edit that out. If you want to see what it's like when it's fitted, I'm going to fit this to a machine. Can't say when, but I am going to, and we'll have a look at that. The machine itself has got some quite high RAM. It's got some Viper RAM in it, so we see whether there's clearance on that. But if you look at the way it fits on the socket, it goes up vertically, well, not vertically, but you know, it goes straight up very, very soon, whereas the previous one went out to about here before it did that. So it went up and then out. This one goes just up. So the older one had a few more compatibility issues, certainly with the PCI Express slots. But anyway, any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments. And thanks for watching.